Hey guys, it's ArchieLuxury, and today guys I want to talk about rebuilding my collection from scratch. And in this first video here I want to talk about losing my collection. And for those of you who don't already know, when I came back from America I discovered I had been burgled and I had lost my wristwatch collection, which was very, very painful, and I'm still coming to terms with it. I'm in the process of the insurance, which unfortunately, I gotta be totally honest with you, I wasn't fully insured, but I'll probably get about 40% of my loss. But I don't want to talk about that. In this video here, I want to talk about the loss of my collection. And I gotta tell you, this is not the first time I have had a collection leave me. Now, what I mean by that is the first time I've ever been burgled, but in the past I had a collection which I liquidated because of financial pressure and troubles. I had a business that it was a good business, but then, you know, sometimes times change. It became highly competitive, and it's one of these things. I had my beautiful collection and I basically sold it to get rid of debt, which is it's handy. Sometimes you have assets and it is handy to have them. Well, you've got to sometimes sell the things you love, and in my case here, I sold I had a Rolex collection. I had a 18238 day-date diamond dial. I had a 16610. I had a 16570 Explorer 2 Polar, 16013 two-tone Datejust champagne dial, and as a beater I had a 16800 steel Submariner date. So it was a beautiful collection, but pipers need to be paid, and I ended up selling all the pieces. And I've had various times where, you know, you have to sell things, and unfortunately in the latest situation I was burgled, and unfortunately I lost 4 Pateks, 4 Rolexes if you count a lady's Datejust, my wife's lady's Datejust, a number of really cool pieces, and the only watch that was survived is the watch I was wearing, which was a Rolex Explorer 2 Polar, which I don't actually have on my wrist because it's in my bank safe, because I'm wearing another Rolex at the moment. So it's a huge blow, it's a huge shock, and I think at the end of the day, the pain and the agony, I discovered this on the 1st of November 2022. So very, very painful. And I remember when this happened, it was just shock. I had a headache for 3 or 4 days. I actually developed COVID. Yes, I did. I developed, and I think the reason I developed COVID is because it ran me down emotionally, mentally, and I became susceptible, and that's what happened. Very tricky, very upsetting times, very, very, very difficult period of my life. Now, once you get over that fact, hey, the collection's gone, it's unlikely to come back. Yes, I did notify the manufacturers, Patek, Rolex, all the manufacturers with the brands, and gave them serial numbers and details of the pieces that I had lost in the burglary. I then started to think to myself, geez, do I really want to build a collection again? And I got to be totally honest with you, for a while there, I was seriously contemplating becoming a one-watch man. One watch man. And it's fascinating. I'd had so many beautiful watches. I'd had 4 Patek Philippe's, 2 Complications, 2 Simple Calatravas. I had Rolex, beautiful Rolex. And I started to really think, you know what? What's a one and done for me? What is the one and done for me? And it was almost like mental therapy to get a break from thinking about the burglary. And I thought, what do I really want? What's a one and done for me? And I was still wearing my Explorer 2, Steel Explorer 2, which is a fantastic watch. But I just started thinking, it was just like a mental game. It was a mental game. And I was really saying to myself, what watch do I think? What watch do I think I would be the one and done for me? And that's a hard decision to make. But it was sort of like I was just sort of saying to myself, I've lost these watches. It's terrible. But just as a thing, I was just saying to myself, what is the one watch that I would want to have as a one and done? And it was really something to think about, just to think what would it be? And I thought about the 4 Pateks that were gone, and I thought, no, they're a little bit delicate. They're a great second or third or fourth watch to have, but on their own, they're probably not a one and done. I started to think, what do I want in a one and done for me? And when I really got my head about it, one watch kept coming up, and that was two-tone Submariner, two-tone bluesy. And I kind of set that as a goal. I thought, you know what? I'd like to get a two-tone Submariner. The reason I picked that model there was because it's waterproof. Two-tone, the blue goes so beautifully with the yellow gold and the steel. It is such a beautiful combination. I thought this time, you know what, I'd want to get a ceramic version. I didn't really care whether it was a 40mm or a 41. There's pros and cons to both. But I thought, you know what, I'd like a ceramic two-tone bluesy Submariner. That's the watch I would love as a one and done, because that's the sort of watch. It's a sports watch, it's waterproof, it's got the timer, which is such a cool feature to have. It's also, it's a businessman's watch. You can wear that with a suit, you can wear that casually, you can wear it anywhere. Someone turns up with a two-tone sub on their wrist, it's a substantial statement. It's a statement watch. And I really set my heart on it. I thought, you know what? Eventually, once this disaster is over, I want to buy a two-tone Submariner ceramic. The ceramic, the reason I like the ceramic is it's not just the bezel itself, the bezel itself, but it's because it's got the improved bracelet, the solid end links, no holes case. It's just a beautiful, beautiful watch. As a package, it's so powerful. I had actually had a two-tone V serial number, the last of the pre-ceramics. And I love that. It was such a one. It had solid end links, no holes case. But I thought, you know what, the revised clasp is such a big improvement. So that became the watch that I was working towards getting. I thought to myself, you know what, two-tone bluesy, I can walk away from the hobby, have that two-tone bluesy, and nothing wrong with that in the least. So that became my goal. And I mentioned this to a good friend of mine, Dave, and he said, Archie, I got one. I got a 40 mil ceramic. You can have it at my cost. And I said, oh, I'm a bit short. He said, look, give me your Explorer 2 as security, pay that off, and I'll give it back to you. And you can take the bluesy as a bit of a pick-me-up. And that's what I did. And I got to be totally honest with you, it's actually really helped me. I don't know if I was that appreciative, because I kind of had a bit of bad anxiety from the burglary, but that's the watch that I craved after the loss of my collection. That's the first watch I really thought about it and said, which watch is it that I'd love to continue this journey with? So that's the story of my two-tone Submariner. Guys, continue this series. I will continue this series in the next one. Please like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Don't forget, guys, I've got a number of channels. The ArchieLuxury channel, the Paul Pluta channel, where I do reviews, paid reviews, and of course my ArchieLuxury live stream, where I broadcast twice daily. Guys, check it out. I'll put a few links, either that corner or that one of the corners. I'll put a few links. See you in the next one. Hi guys, it's ArchieLuxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury on the YouTube sensation, the Paul Pluta channel. Guys, I need you to help me out, guys. I can't survive on Google Ads alone. I need you to request a paid review. $50 US. Look down in the description. $50 US. I will review your collection. I'll tell you what I think of it, and I'll give you some pointers. The other thing is, guys, you can sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay a couple bucks a month, $1, $2, $5, whatever you want, and it keeps me going on YouTube. Because, guys, I'm in a niche. Nobody can make money out of the views I get. The views are crap because it's a small specialized area, and I don't talk about garbage for the sake of views. Guys, sponsor me on Patreon. Look down below, and I will see you in the next one.